power structure that guides the direction of the world. The elites, the globalists, the folks, there's an occultic element to it all. They have a belief system that's ancient and occultic, which means secretive. Now, the occult, there's an occultic thread through everything, of course. Can I zoom? Yeah. And so, what does that mean? It means secret or hidden. It's the teachings of the ancient mystery schools, which go back, ancient Egypt, Hermetics, and alchemy, which involves a lot of magic and all of this stuff. In fact, in the Bible, the three wise men that came to see the birth of Christ, right? They were the three magi. Well, magi are priests from the region of Iran. They were Zoroastrians, keepers of the flame, and so they were magicians. And now the source. This is a lot of stuff that I'm going to throw in here. Iran means Aryan. That's what the name Iran means. There's an Aryan influence throughout a lot of ancient belief systems. The Vedas that the Hindu one of the most ancient scriptures, the Vedas are said to be written by Aryans, and these Zoroastrians are an Aryan priest group, magi's. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The magic of it all. Let's set Catholicism aside, and in other ancient belief systems, it doesn't matter where around the world you go, they all trace back to the same origins. Like America, now forget Catholicism for a minute. America was a British colony, right? And we had our revolution and separated from them and declared our independence. And but before that, we were a British colony, just like Canada is, and Australia is a British colony. And so who are the Brits? Who are these folks? Well, the House of Windsor, the British folks, they're actually of German origin. The House of Windsor, their name was, they changed it to Windsor. It used to be something Saxon. So they're of Germanic descent. Now the Germans have their religious belief system, their mythology is based in Norse mythology. The Germanic belief system included, Thor and Freya and Odin and the Tree of Life. The what do they call it? The Yggdrasil, or whatever the name of that tree was, which is a connection between earth and heaven. A tree, takes the sun from the sky and the earth and its roots, and it connects. It's the as above, so below. So the British folks come from a Germanic descent, which the mythology and belief system of the ancient Germanic tribes comes from the Vikings, the Norse stuff. The runes, some of the original alphabet, the oldest stuff, learning to read runes before we devised these various alphabets. The symbolism was everything. The original language was just symbols, right? Even the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, it's just symbols, not really an alphabet. And so the Norse runes, they're symbols. Like Thor was God because he was given the knowledge to read the symbols, to decode the runes, right? And so where did those runes come from? Well, they are, the runes, the symbolism of that is Druidic. all of the ancient magic, even in Egypt, when you talk about, uh, well, in the Middle East, they have Enochian magic, that it came from Enoch. And in Egyptian magic, there's, gosh, my mind just jumps around too much. So the roots of all of this is Druidic. So who are the Druids? Well, we don't know a whole lot about them. There's not a lot of history left from them. But let me point out that our common perception of magic, the way that it's perceived by the general public, like a magician with a magic wand, all the Harry Potter stuff, they have magic wands and all that. Well, that wand was important in its origins come from the Druidic stuff, and the Druids, their magic wand, was made from a branch of the holly tree. The holly tree was considered to have powers. There was, like I said, trees are the connection between heaven and earth. It's considered the passageway to the afterlife in a lot of these ancient mythologies. And so the trees are holy. And the holly tree was the one used for this magic wand, the magic of transformation, right? Transforming from a man into a god, or from a this transformation of life and death and reincarnation and rebirth. I get sidetracked so easy. The roots of magic, of the occult, of the people who run everything, if you want to try and understand what their goals are, what their intentions are, or even the methodology to accomplish those goals, you got to consider their belief systems, right? What is it that they're thinking? Where are they coming from? So what are they trying to accomplish? And it all seems to be rooted in this ancient magic, this occultic belief system, the all of the teachings of the ancient, the mystery schools from all over the world. They have different names of things, but the origins of it seems to go back Egypt and the Druids. That's what I was going to say. The Druidic magic. So who are the Druids? This is a tough question, but there's this Aryan influence, like I said. Now, who are these Aryans? All over the world, when we look through our fossil records and you talk to archaeologists and anthropologists, and they're looking at the evolution of these different cultures, it's clear that the horses showed up. Horses were domesticated. Horses come from one region of the world over near Russia. It's the same area that the Aryan thing seems to originate, the Caucasus Mountains, which is where we get the word Caucasian. Aryans are white people, right? And so from the Caucasus Mountains is where the horses originate. Well, these people, the Aryans, brought that horse around the world and introduced it to these different cultures, a domesticated horse, and taught them to domesticate other animals, ox and cows and blah, 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 donkeys, so that stuff. But it was to promote agriculture, to advance the cultural evolution of these societies. You need to be able to maintain and feed a healthy populace. You got to be able to farm, produce food in order for people to stay in one place long enough for a culture to evolve, right? So the movement from hunter-gatherers to agricultural farmers is what allowed people to evolve culturally. And so there's this huge Aryan influence all over the world. And I'm still piecing all this together. I just figured out this Aryan connection like in the last year or so, started noticing all this stuff. And the word Aryan has been replaced since World War II. It's been replaced by the term Indo-European. Obviously, there's some bad connections to the word Aryan after Hitler and his gang. But this Aryan, Oh goodness! Like I said, they are thought to have written the Vedas of the Hindus, and all this ancient magic stuff and whatever. Look at her butt. Let's stop looking at her. It seems to be uh, um, it's all white people, right? All these the Norwegian, or what do you call it? The not what's the term for all the northern folks? The Vikings. Dang it, whatever it is.